Hey there, welcome to Abundant Source Raw, and in this video I wanted to talk about hot tea and whether it's okay to have on a raw food diet, because tea is something that I used to drink all the time, and I was really attached to my tea. I loved the kind of Japanese culture of tea, and I drank green tea, jasmine tea nearly every day, and it was a really soothing part of my day, and very relaxing. And so I really didn't want to give up tea when I was started eating raw foods. And I thought, tea, like all these traditions, they use tea as a health booster and as something as a cleanser. And so I thought that maybe hot tea was okay to have on a raw food diet. Maybe it would enhance, my cleansing and my health. But the first thing I'll say is that actual tea, like green tea and black tea, are definitely not going to be optimal for your health, mostly because of the caffeine, which is not natural to us. And the last time I had green tea, when I was eating raw, I was just, it was like I had just drank an energy drink from when I used to drink energy drinks. I was just like crazy, hyper, and I couldn't go to sleep for like hours after I typically would. It kept me up, and I just felt really jittery just from green tea. Of course, when I used to drink it a long time ago, I was also drinking coffee and energy drinks, and so the caffeine in the tea felt like basically nothing, and it was actually kind of soothing. It was like this tiny little high that I would get that stimulated my brain and made me feel relaxed. But now, once you're clean and you just have that little bit of caffeine just from green tea, then it's going to be very potent, and it's going to have a huge effect on you if you are clean internally. So actual teas are definitely not going to be great for your health, but I would like to focus more on the herbal teas and the things that people will take to cleanse themselves and to boost their health with the herbs. And so first of all, with that, if you are going to be actually cooking the tea, boiling it, then you're going to be destroying a lot of the nutrients in it, and a lot of those minerals are going to be useless. Basically, they're going to be destroyed, and the body won't be able to use it, and they're actually going to become harmful for the body, because if the body can't utilize something, then it must be eliminated. It is seen as a threat if it can't be utilized. There's no room for it in the body, and so it has to be eliminated. And if it can't be eliminated, it's going to be stored somewhere in the body, in your tissues, or somewhere like that where it can be eliminated later. And that's how we get a lot of diseases. We got all these toxins that are being stored up in the body because our body can't eliminate this crap fast enough. And you will have some nutrient extraction that probably makes it. It's probably not going to destroy all the nutrients, but I just see these herbs as having really out of balanced nutrient ratios for the human body, and along with the toxins in it, because all herbs basically have toxins, and boiling them does release a lot of the toxins and makes it so it's not so harmful, but at the same time you're cooking a lot of nutrients and creating more toxins to the body. So the trade-off isn't really that great, and so I definitely don't believe that having boiled hot tea is going to be optimal for your health. And actually, if I ever drink herbal tea now, I get a little queasy, because I've been eating pretty much just fruit for a while, and I had some herbal tea earlier, just because I usually do enjoy a little bit of herbal tea. I know it's not super optimal for my health, but usually it is pretty soothing for me, and I just enjoy the feeling that I get when I drink it. But actually, now it kind of makes me a little queasy. So I know that hot herbal teas are not going to be great for your health. And even if you do sun teas, I just don't see it being that great for you. First of all, you'll have to locate some really high quality teas that are raw and that have not already been cooked above, you know, like 120 degrees or something like that, because most teas have already been cooked even before you start to steep them. So you'll have to find some actual raw tea, and then it's kind of the same thing. I just maybe it can be soothing and can be nice, you know, it's not that harmful, I don't think, to have some raw sun tea. But when I think about trying to make sun tea, it just sounds, I don't know, kinda not something I would want to do. I just want to eat fruit. It's what appeals to me the most. It's what takes the least amount of effort. It's what tastes the best. And I typically am pretty much always hydrated from the fruit when I am just on an all fruit diet. So drinking anything really doesn't sound that great, and I know that I'm probably not going to have the best water for the tea, and I just don't really find tea that appealing anymore. You know, if we were in nature, maybe if we were lucky enough to come by some herbs, we might take a little nibble or suck on it a little bit, but there are a lot of toxins in these herbs, and we would not be able to eat more than maybe a handful of them, and they are harder to digest if we just eat the leaves by themselves, and I just don't see us eating a whole lot of them in nature unless we're just kind of like sucking on the leaves a little bit. And then to also, you know, heat them up or to mess with these leaves in some way to think that it's going to be beneficial for our health doesn't really make much sense to me. People call herbs the medicine for mankind, but I don't necessarily believe that. I think if anything, maybe the teas and the herbs are just so light that it's not doing that much harm to your body. If you are kind of supplementing your food with herbs, you know, maybe skipping out on a meal so that way you can just have some tea or some herbs, then that might be more beneficial because it's less work on your body because you skipped a meal. But that doesn't mean that the herbs are really doing the work to heal you. It means your body just has more of a capacity to heal itself because it doesn't have to do as much work digesting a big meal. So that's my opinion on tea. I just don't really see much of a point in it unless, you know, if you really enjoy it and you like making the sun teas and it feels soothing to you, then it's probably not a bad thing. But I would say try going on an all fruit diet for a few months and then drink the tea and see what happens. That's how you're really gonna know. And for me, having herbal tea doesn't make me feel the best, so I don't really care to drink it anymore, and that's just my experience with it. And I think you'll probably find the same thing if you try out the fruitarian diet for, you know, a couple months at least, and then try out the tea. Then you'll be able to know for sure whether you think it's a good thing for you or not. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more videos on fruitarianism, spirituality, and natural living. And I'll talk with you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.